This is to my SSL peeps. You smart, you loyal, but you're all Negropontes.
All right, what's up, guys?
It's low key. It's
That
low
was
key.
so dumb.
It was, but it had to be sensitive and from the heart. And
All
there's
right.
nothing that's more from my heart than a Khaled man meme.
All right, what's up, guys? David here, and we have Hayes.
Yo.
And this is here as a response to Pi's top 10 plays of all of SSL.
Yep.
We figured the most critical and the most offensive players will count down the top 10 worst plays in all the seasons of SSL.
Before you call us biased, we're both on this list multiple times.
Oh yeah, I'm awful at this game, but
Same.
it's just for fun.
Yep.
We're just here to meme and make fun of all of our teammates who we all love very much. And
Yep. I think there's only one person who's going to get offended, but he's no longer in SSL, so it doesn't really matter. And he's also 10.
No, Skag's here.
No, the other 10-year-old, the other 10-year-old.
All right. Well, let's get started with number 10. We have 034 against Brendan. Brendan switches in
Stoutland.
switches in Conkeldurr. Switches in Gramble on the Conkeldurr, who goes for Drain Punch.
Mm-hmm.
034 034 switches out to Clefable to take the play rough, and then for some reason switches back into his Conkeldurr to take the second play rough, making him lose the Conkeldurr, and from there lose the game because his team isn't really well equipped to handle the rest of this of Brendan's team.
I don't know what he was thinking there. I guess he was predicting Neutran or something.
What matters is 034 sacked his Conkeldurr like a professional.
Yep.
All right.
Yep, and they recognized it. He said GG right there. So over predicting at its finest.
All right. On to number 9, featuring yours truly.
Ooh, boy.
This is actually GCL Week 10, which was a sister league to SSL that Skag was also running. What?
Yeah, it's like when you're in the womb and you have like a conjoined twin and you like eat it. That's what we did with GCL. We ate it eventually.
Yeah, good explanation. I appreciate it. All right, so turn 1, I have a Zard Y. I'm against my good buddy and person I can never beat, Momo. Momo decides to lead Raikou as I decide to lead Charizard Y. And the misplay is right here at the beginning because I stay in and sack one of the biggest threats I had to Momo's team to a Thunderbolt. And the rest of the game is not pretty. We are not going to finish watching this replay.
Yeah, it was great. I mean, it was kind of a... I don't know what you were thinking there, but Momo...
I don't remember what I was thinking.
Yeah, when we get to mine, I don't remember what I was thinking either, but Momo led right because it's like, what the hell is he going to lead with? It's either like a Disguised Zoroark or Charizard Y. So Raikou is like by far the best lead he could have sent out.
Yep, and so I lose my biggest threat, and the game pretty much ends from there. So,
and poor Executor doesn't have the sun anymore.
Nope. All right, let's move on to
Glorious.
To our 8th worst play. And that is brought to you by our lovely friend Rainbow Taco. Oh no,
Ben.
Yeah. And Ben here brings in his Goodra after losing his Rhyperior to the Ferroseed, as he goes for a substitute and then switches out into his Mew. Now I'm going to let this play because Ben here brought Choice Banded Substitute.
Yeah, I didn't get it when he showed it to me. I was like, why the fuck is this play on there? It seemed fine, but yeah, Choice Band sub.
And if he wasn't a Choice Banded Substitute set, then that play was actually kind of good. But as we see later on, I'm just going to keep clicking next turn until we get to till we turn, and I missed it, but he brings in the Goodra on the Almamola, and we see then Almamola goes for knockoff, knocks off the choice band, and that's when the chat erupts.
The other great thing about this battle, or choice band, there it is. When they asked him what does anime mean on the nickname, and he's like, it has meaning to me, and that's all he'd say, which was also great.
Yeah. All right, let's jump over to our 7th place worst play, coming at you from Season 4 by our newest member, Mence.
Yes, our newest and most, well, I say he's the second hottest.
Wow.
If Momo would keep up the bicep curls, maybe he can like transcend 1 and 2. But obviously Splee's number 1, and then I think it's Mence, and then Momo and David here in the top 5.
Oh, nice. Thanks, dude.
Yeah.
All right. So, starts off Mence versus Brendan. Mence loses his Donphan to this Life Orb Mamoswine. He decides to bring in his Mega Glalie, and instead of clicking Double Edge like a normal human being or any attacking move to chip down the Mamoswine that clearly murders his entire team, Mence decides, now's a good time to get up my spikes, as he loses his only way of damaging the Mamoswine, the only Pokemon that could really outspeed it, and then just some proper playing by Brendan, and the game's pretty much over from there.
Yeah, I mean, the spike killed the Grand Bull, but Glalie killed, Garchomp, and I guess if it wasn't Chuck, I don't remember, but it could have OHKO'd the and Ishard could have done a lot of damage to Dodrio, so it was quite a valuable Mon. Maybe a win-con? Who knows? We'll never know.
It might have changed the game, might not have changed the game, but any sort of damage on that Mamoswine was going to be super helpful to Mence, and he decided to throw it all away.
Yeah, he sacks Azor, so he didn't really have a switch in after that.
All right, let's jump over to number 6, and the most iconic of all the misplays in the history of SSL.
I wanted this one number 1 because FSCAG 14, I don't care if it didn't change the outcome of the game. It's amazing, and it lives in infamy forever.
So, Season 2, Week 1, we have Skag versus Diluc. Skag brings in his Zapdos on the Donphan, who goes for Ice Shard, properly predicting, and doing a clean 31 to it. So, Skag takes the second Ice Shard, goes for Roost, and then takes another Ice Shard, goes for the HP Grass, and here's the big one. Now, Diluc, he's thinking, well, Zapdos is either going to outspeed me and Ice Shard doesn't kill anyway, or he's going to Roost and then I should just click Earthquake. So, like a smart, intelligent player, he clicks Earthquake knowing his Donphan was either dead or getting a cheeky kill on his Zapdos, who absolutely threatens Diluc's whole roster.
Mm-hmm.
Skag decides, he's going to click Earthquake. Let me go into my ground resist, Entei. So, Entei switches in and takes an Earthquake to the face.
It dies.
And dies. Awful death.
I mean, Skag ended up winning anyway, but...
Skag ended up winning this battle with his Zapdos. And it ultimately did not matter. But it will forever go down as one of the greatest plays of SSL history. And I'm glad everybody was there to be a part of that one.
It was. Yeah. It was a great, great, great moment. I think I was sitting in my car watching it, and I shed a tear because it was so amazing.
All right, okay. But let's get back to me and
this is my favorite. This is my favorite.
Season 1 of the SSL.
The first time David and I ever got intimate.
Week 3. As you can see, I have a very powerful team. We're not even going to get into that.
Yeah.
But I defog as Hayes here goes into his X-Cloud. I decide to sack off my Manaphy as it was very low and not going to get to do much else in this game. I go into my Jolteon, and predicting him to go to Gliscor, I click Hidden Power, lose my Jolteon. Then I go into my Zard X, and I decide, hey, I'm going to click Flare Blitz here because it does a lot of damage and it should kill the X-Cloud.
But
if
little
I
did David
mega.
know, yeah, he didn't click the little
If-
mega button.
But I also thought, but then I thought, if he goes into Gliscor, I still want to be immune to the Earthquake, so I could DD in its face. So I'm not gonna Mega, not realizing that I don't kill if I don't Mega. So I then lose my Charizard, and ultimately those two plays are what cost me the game.
Oh man, and I demolished him, and he was so freaking salty afterwards.
I was very upset.
But hey, as history would
Respectfully
tell
upset.
yeah, as history would tell it, David and I rematched for the finals in this season, and he beat me with this fucking thing here, Jirachi.
Yep, that's a
So
good.
David got the last laugh on this one, but
Yep.
that particular game, I was so pumped because it was
And
amazing.
speaking of misplays between us,
Oh,
number
no.
4, we have season 2, week 1. We have me versus Hayes once again. This time I have a much fatter team with the best Pokemon in the game, Stunfisk and Mega Audino, paired together. He brings in his Talonflame on my Mega Audino as I go for a wish. I pass my wish off to my little fish as Hayes goes for SD. Not wanting to stay in on the electric type, he switches out into his Venusaur, removes the T-Spikes. I go for a Yawn. Now, Mega Venusaur was a huge threat to my team, as it walled my Nidoking, it walled my Poliwrath, it walled my Mega Audino, it also walled this Stunfisk. So, Hayes makes the brilliant decision to click Leech Seed and let the biggest threat to my team go to bed.
Yep. And it just went downhill from there because I don't think he ever woke up again. That was like the long sleep right there.
Because he ended up coming back on rocks and spikes. Yeah, because you go into your spinner as I go into my check to your spinner.
The Poliwrath. Oh wait, no. Oh yeah, I see what you mean.
It was the Poliwrath, and then I force you out, and then suddenly, like, you're just gonna get circle throwed, and there's nothing you can do about it, and you end up losing this game.
I do badly
for a lot of reasons, but that play was one of the big ones.
And the fact that Stunfisk is a champion and can take a +2 Flare Blitz, like a champion.
Like a true hero.
I thought at the end of it I had like kind of a shot because I was like, +2 Talonflame is kind of a huge threat, and let's see, most of your team drops to it, but Stunfisk was there. So if you didn't bring Stunfisk, who knows what would have happened.
But yeah, moving on to our third place play of the game.
This is the same season, but with isn't it?
No, this is season 3, week 7. This is the Ben season. We have our good buddy Ben back here once again against me, because I'm apparently on the other side of all the top plays.
Yeah. Except for that one.
I'm either making them or receiving them. So in comes a sleeping Curse Talk Mega Steelix. Ben here has an SD Virizion. Let's just play it out.
Yeah.
I sleep talk my curse. Ben decides to click SD as I sleep talk a rest. And then, instead of attacking, Ben decides to SD again on the turn I wake up, instead of chipping down my Steelix to then let his Sylveon or his Metagross or anything deal damage to this thing. He just decides to sack off the rest of his team to this Mega Steelix.
Yeah, just
a huge misplay.
Poor Ben here, just didn't know how to count. He just forgot, and he forgot that sleep is 2 turns, and he just didn't count it correctly.
Yeah,
but the rest
really
of it was
unfortunate.
It is, and the rest of the battle was sad because he's just stuck with this monster Steelix at like +7,000, and Metagross, and its only thing to hit it with is an Ice Punch, and it's doing like 2%.
Yeah. In comes the Sylveon, and I wake up and hit him with the Gyro Ball, and all is well in the world.
And he keeps misplaying because he keeps burning it, but David already revealed the rest, so Burn's not really going to help him at all.
So, Ben loses this game, unfortunately. And I guess we could jump right to our second place. And that is, it isn't really a play. It's more what he did. We have this buddy here, Alvaro, in the GCL. Now, if you take a look at this team, you see a Slowbro, a Bisharp, a Chandelure, a Muck, a Trevenant, and a Slurpuff.
Pretty solid fire water grass, I must say.
Pretty solid team, whatever. Now, if you look at the next week, you see a Slowbro, a Bisharp, a Chandelure, a Muck, a Trevenant, and a Slurpuff. Same slots. Fun fact, same moveset.
Yep.
And if you keep going,
He
brought it to over half of his... He brought the exact same team to almost all of his games. And everybody just ended up preparing for those 6 mons and those 6 specific movesets. And Alvaro went winless?
Yeah, he was 0-14, and I remember the 1 week he didn't bring the same team was versus me, and I intricately planned for that team, and he didn't bring it, but I still won, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I remember the one set, like, okay, Slowbro was Combine, whatever. That was normal. Chandelure was kind of a normal set. Like, all of them were kind of normal, like Belly Drum cake thing, Slurpuff. But Bisharp, I always loved this Bisharp because it didn't have Sucker. It had Protect over Sucker, and it had knockoff Iron Head, and then, like,
Low kick, I think.
Low kick or like Stealth Rocks or something. The Bisharp set was complete fire, and I wonder if I ever draft it, I'm going to run it 1 week where it's just straight memes. Because Protect Bisharp is the best Bisharp.
Alright, now let's go to rank 1. Our good buddy Zilix, who is now a GBA analyst.
Congrats.
Congrats to him. Season 3, week 6 against me. Yeah. We'll just let it play out. Now, do note, as this video plays, that Zilix has a Conkeldurr with Mach Punch. And you're going to see that this Vivillon does a lot of damage to Zilix's team, for whatever reason that may be. He crits me on a Hurricane, which, lucky and bad.
Yeah. And David's lucky and bad because I don't think he missed a Hurricane.
Well, I have Compound Eyes, so I don't.
Oh, yeah, shit.
And I do miss a Hurricane. It's how I end up dying. I don't die to the Mach Punch. I die because I miss a Hurricane on a Grass type. And Zilix is rewarded.
Oh, and he makes that, like, fatal mistake, like, when you're not used to, like, sleep, I guess, when you're, I guess, new or whatever.
He lets his sleeping Pokemon die, so then I can put something new to sleep.
Yeah, which is the Tauren, which he keeps switching it out and switching it back in to get the Regenerator, but it's just not enough.
And so in comes Sharpedo, gets the speed boost, and I'm like, alright, he's adamant, so I'm just going to attack again. And I was right, and he lost his Sharpedo. In comes the Roserade, who also dies to a Hurricane, but I miss. Now, the miss is whatever, like, I'm winning this game regardless, but what's important to note here, when we get there, I'm going to go into my Excelgor as he goes for a Mach Punch. Mach Punch. He lost 4 Pokemon and almost lost his Roserade. But he had Mach Punch to kill the 1 HP Vivillon.
I mean, like, let's go to the... Okay, let's go to the start here. Not the start, but okay. He Hurricanes, you go to 1 HP... And let's say he sacks this Hippowdon.
He sacks Hippowdon. He brings in Conkeldurr. He clicks Mach Punch.
Mach Punch, and he has 4 Mons, and you have 5. And it's
you would have 5 Mons. You would have 5 Mons to my 5. He would lose Hippowdon for my Vivillon.
Well, I'm assuming that he, like, the first 5 turns are the same because he doesn't get damage on this until like turn 4. Yeah. So he sacks
the Hippo. Oh no, he lets the Hippo. Oh, right, he sacks the Ninjask. That's right. Yeah, you're right. So, yeah, it would be 4 to 5.
Right.
But,
yeah. I mean, Sharpedo, it could open the door for Sharpedo maybe if he weakened the Jellicent and I guess Fangs wasn't a thing.
Ultimately, he would have had 4 Pokemon instead of 2.
Right. And, I mean, like, Tornadus was a threat. Conk was a threat. I mean, he had threats.
It's just... I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Zilix, I hope you got better, because that was really weird. And
yeah, he tilted and like left the league after this season, I think.
I mean, he was busy with other stuff. That was the main reason he left, but But props to him. But yeah,
Yeah, definitely.
we're at 20 minutes. I'm probably gonna cut down a little bit. But anyway, we're gonna close out. Thank you for watching. SSL people will probably watch through this and see all the top plays. And if you weren't in the SSL and you watched, then thanks for sitting through 20 minutes of people being bad.
Yeah, join us. We need more people.
All right, we'll catch you next time.
I'm hard.